Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to another episode of my Road to Funded series. Today, we're going to be going over my S&P 500 trade that I took today, February the 19th, 2025. So this is going to be fairly fast, fairly simple. So on the daily time frame, S&P 500, obviously, I'm very bullish on it. You guys can see that it came from a nice stage 2, from a stage 1 to a stage 2 to a stage 1. And now we're anticipating that this move right here will be that stage 2. I go down to a 10-minute time frame, and I see that at my session, I was looking at this whole move right here. Why was I looking at this move? Well, simply price started kind of flushing out, going up, flushing out, and I kind of saw this as its own little last down move for the up move, and that's why I was looking at this trade right here. This is kind of a little mental note for me, kind of something that I want to take into consideration the next couple of trades, but I notice a lot of the time when price kind of makes these swings and then gets liquidated by the other one, that there's probably another setup occurring. And you guys can see that this occurred right after it. And I've seen that a lot of times, but I never really kind of traded it because I wasn't really sure. But now that I've seen this quite a lot, I'm going to start looking for this and kind of avoid the overall structure in here. So that's something that I took note of and something that I want to start implementing into my strategy, and just taking away all this nonsense right here and going just for this little box right there. Even if this does present itself and this goes, it's still something that I feel like gives me a better RR and better probability of price actually going in my direction. Now, of course, if price validates this from the wick kind of validating right here, then it's still a high probability that price will just go. But that's the risk you're willing to take, and I feel like this is a better probability for me and what I'm looking for in a trade. So if we go down to a 10-minute time frame, I'll show you guys what I did. Or we're on a 10-minute. What am I talking about? So I entered right around here, and then I put my stop loss under this swing right here. So as price started going into my direction and it tapped up here, all I waited for was this high, this low, and price created this high. So at that point right there, I moved my stop loss to break even right around here, and then price literally just took me out at break even right away. So this is another strategy, or another type of like exit strategy that I really like. A lot of the time, if price kind of creates this little move right here, right, a lot of the time that if it's the true move, it'll just continue going. You guys will see that on, like, I think I took one like a week ago. You guys will see that in depth and how that looks like. But at this time, obviously it failed, but the good part about it was I was able to minimize all of this drawdown and this actual like loss right here. So this would have been a minus 500, but because I had my stop loss here and price took me out, I only lost 150 or like 175 or something. So I obviously lost a lot less than if I were to just let it run and hit my stop loss without any type of risk management. So that's something that I really like doing, and obviously it came in clutch right there because I didn't lose as much as I should have been. But yeah, that's kind of the breakdown of the trade I took. But there's something that I also kind of noticed in kind of like my forward testing and all that stuff, and it actually presented itself today. So a lot of the time when I see price kind of create these swings and then a potential move, like during real time, like you see this as an actual move, but because price liquidated this low right here, this whole move right here, there's more of a probability that there's going to be more back and forth. So because of that, I still took the trade, but I kind of been seeing the types of setup that formed this at the entry or at the validation of the MB. So what I'm talking about is I see a lot of this where it kind of creates this little swings and then back and forth price action, but when price comes up to the actual high and then creates its thing without closing above it. So I'm talking about a whole like candlestick body closing above this high right here. I notice a lot of the time if it does this kind of little liquidity grab right here and then creates this last down move before the up move, this gives you a lot higher of a probability of price actually going in that direction. Now, of course, this is hindsight right now, like price could have just went down, but I notice a lot of the time on other pairs and just wherever, and like any asset in the market, that this is a really good setup to take. So I'm going to start taking those instead of actually going for the entire zone, because I just want to set myself for more RR, and I actually want to see price go in my direction. So if you guys look on the 1 minute time frame, right, as soon as price tapped into it, it never came back. It never came back to this little swing where I would have put my stop loss. And that's what I'm talking about, where if price is really in your direction or you're really with the actual push, this is what you guys will see. So it's a nice little mental note for me, and something that I'm going to take into consideration and actually start trading. So it's going to avoid all the bullshit in here, and I'm just going to take the little down move for the up move right here. You guys can see that it's starting to trade off that zone right now. So there's a high probability that when I wake up in the morning, this will likely take out the high right here. A lot of money, a lot of liquidity being built up. So it's a very, very, very high probability this will just take out. So yeah, this is also kind of pausing right here, and I could see that if that occurs, you have a nice little beautiful setup right here. But I do not trade at this time, so this is a nice little setup right there. I'm going to see how this looks like in the morning, but as of right now, that's all I got for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this little trade breakdown. Again, very, very, very fucking boring, but that's what it is, guys. That's what trading is. You guys do the same thing over and over and over again. It gets fucking boring. So you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta get that money, bro, and getting that money is simplicity. I'm telling you guys, the more complicated your systems are, like, the more of a headache that's just gonna be long term, right? If you guys have rules that are like 7-8 plus confluences, like you have to have a trend line, Fibonacci, 61.8 golden zone, like what the fuck is that bullshit, bro? Like, stop doing that shit, bro. Like, you're just fucking yourself over, bro. You gotta keep it simple, man. I'm telling you guys, right? Simplicity will get you guys farther than you'll have ever gone in your life, bro. Like, even when it comes to life, bro, like, I've been kind of cutting down with all my expenses and all that stuff, and I've just been, I ain't buying no fucking like Nike shirts anymore, man. I'm going to Costco and I'm buying black and white shirts, bro. like what the fuck, man? Like, I'm not buying like a $70 shirt when I could go to Costco and buy a pack of like 10 for like $20. You know what I mean? So I know that's not even related to anything, but yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm fucking tired of shit. It's already like 10 o'clock or 9:30. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.